From the Ohio AgDat Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution, I'm Joel Norwood. Taking a look at your farm news and markets this Friday. Stay warm out there. It is gaining a little bit temperature-wise, a nice 28 degrees right outside the studio at the moment. And speaking of things heating up, over in Washington, D.C., an interesting situation coming out. House Ag Committee Ranking Member David Scott calling out the conservative House Freedom Caucus for opposing a $98.4 billion disaster aid package proposed by President Biden. Scott accusing the caucus of denying aid to farm families recovering from hurricanes and a downturn in farm income. The Freedom Caucus is a group of around 40 GOP members. They're arguing the package is unpaid and politically motivated, arguing offsets from government spending instead. Their stance could complicate efforts to pass the aid, as Speaker Mike Johnson might need Democratic votes to move forward. Of course, all of this coming in the final days of Congress in this session. And a quick rundown of your other ag news headlines today. USDA announced it will increase replant payments for farmers starting in 2026, providing more financial support for crops damaged by early losses. And it marks the first update to replant factors since the 1990s and is set to better reflect the costs of today. Meanwhile, the Senate passed the Access Act, which looks to expand rural broadband, easing regulatory burdens on small providers. High-speed internet essential for many farms in today's day and age. John Deere announcing another round of layoffs scheduled at its plant in Iowa. They'll be saying goodbye to more than 100 workers effective on January 5th. They've cut a total of more than 1,000 workers as farm income projections for 2025 lag, depressing demand for new equipment in particular. Over in South Dakota, university researchers there working to develop a vaccine for a new strain of a highly contagious disease that's hitting the U.S. poultry industry. Avian metapneumovirus, or AMPV, is an upper respiratory tract infection that affects all types of poultry, but most harmful to turkeys. And finally, a court has blocked the Corporate Transparency Act. The National Cattlemen's Beef Association is applauding that move, as they said it had some burdensome reporting rules that were particularly hard for the small family farm. And don't forget, coming up next week on Wednesday's Midday Show, our own Matt Reese visits with Lorain County soybean producers Eric and Adele Flynn to discuss their involvement with Grow Next Gen, a project of the Ohio Soybean Council and Soybean Checkoff. And right now, let's take a look at the weather, thanks to Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Here's Ryan.
Dry today. We should see better sunshine over Ohio. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at that forecast update. I have no major changes in our overall pattern. I think we are looking at temperatures still on the chilly side today with the sun emerging. Tomorrow, not as cold. And then Sunday, we see temperature moderation in a big way. We gear up for precipitation overnight Sunday night through Monday morning. It's going to be rain for the most part, anywhere from 1/10 to 3/4 of an inch. We'll have a brief break in the festivities late Monday afternoon, but have to watch for another round of moisture overnight Monday night into Tuesday. All told, I think we can see anywhere from 1/10 to maybe an inch and 1/4 over the region. Then we dry down and we cool off dramatically for the rest of next week. I'm Ryan Martin.
And thanks, Ryan. Again, weather brought to you by Seed Consultants. More online at ohioagdat.com. And also there today, our featured audio is with Julie Ann Potts of the Meat Institute. Talks with Ohio AgDat's Dale Menyo, as well as our intern Emma Puckett, about leadership in agriculture. Some things to keep in mind about a topic maybe we don't talk about enough.
Leadership, understanding that everywhere you are, you have a leadership potential. Leadership is kind of underrated. I think when you're going through school, you're getting a lot of technical expertise. You're learning about the work world. But I think that to distinguish yourself as you're coming out of school in any industry, but particularly in food and agriculture, because we are small, it's demonstrating that you have the capacity to make decisions, to use good judgment, and to say what you want. I want to move up in this role or that role, and you can lead from wherever you are.
More insights from Julie Ann Potts of the Meat Institute, online at Ohio AgDat today, talking leadership in agriculture. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with markets after this.
In any year, your best harvest is only a few upgrades away. Seed Consultants exclusively serves the Eastern Corn Belt, combining our deep knowledge of local conditions with high-performing products fit for your acres. Most importantly, our customized services put our products and your business in a position to succeed. We help you start with better to grow your best. Visit seedconsultants.com to learn why our products and services are simply better.
What's driving markets as they round out the week? Thanks to Brandt, helping growers take control for over 70 years. Let's check in with Ryan Metzger of Lice Mercantile.
We got March 25 corn futures with the first level support seen at $4.30 with resistance at $4.37. January 25 soybean futures has the first level support seen at $9.86 with resistance at $9.98. For bullish momentum, we need to see closes above these key resistance levels. Please visit our website at licemercantile.com to learn more about our grain marketing program and crop insurance services.
Thanks, Ryan. In Chicago right now, new crop corn 2 3/4 cents up to $4.29 1/4 as January beans down the same to $9.91. March beans off 2 1/2 to $9.96 1/2. Wheat for July down 2 pennies to $5.70 1/2. While at the Merc, December cattle 25 cents up to $187.23, and December lean hogs down 3 cents to $82.45. Markets brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. I'm Joel Norwood. This is the Ohio Ag Net.